this off for a while.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm okay now.
You're okay now. What's your nickname? Ebong?
Apple.
Ebong?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Apple. Apple. It's Apple. Okay, Joe.
Anytime.
Anytime.
All right. At Apple, we design our computers specifically for the needs of education. We design them to be powerful enough to prepare high school students for the technology they'll encounter in the future. Yeah, we also design them to be easy enough for a first grader to use. We design our computers to run all of the Macintosh programs schools are already using. And we design them to run a whole new family of enhanced software that makes graphics, video, and animation even more lifelike and exciting. Apple computers. We know what you'll need.
That's slogan.
Yeah,
Maybe
there was no end.
Maybe they'll pay you for that.
Yeah, so.
Okay, anybody?
Can I do another version? Because that was like the announcer version. So can I do
Okay.
And the fashion version.
I'll do a friendlier sort of I work in Apple version. But I can't throw the voice too much. It's more personal. At Apple, we design our computers specifically for the needs of education. We design them to be powerful enough to prepare high school students for the technology they'll encounter in the future. I'll have to do it again. At Apple, At Apple, we design our computers specifically for the needs of education. We design them to be powerful enough to prepare high school students for the technology. Early in the morning, I haven't vocalized that. Okay. All right, there you go. At Apple, we design our computers specifically for the needs of education. We design them to be powerful enough to prepare high school students for the technology they'll encounter in the future. Yeah. We design them to be powerful enough to prepare high school students for the technology they'll encounter in the future. Yeah, we also design them to be easy enough to pick up. Yeah, we also design them to be easy enough for a first grader to use. We design our computers to run all of the Macintosh programs schools are already using. And we design them to run a whole new family of enhanced software that makes graphics, video, and animation even more lifelike and exciting. Apple computers. We know what you'll need.
Okay. Anybody? It was not perfect. Oh, it's fast.
No, not at all.
Yes.
I think it's pretty good. Except, if I were to pick up something one thing, we designed them to be powerful enough to prepare high school students for technology na encounter in the future. I think para dumaan lang yung line. The line is just breeze through it. It's so important. The part of it. Powerful enough to prepare high school students for technology. Parang, everything else meron ganun eh. Except yung line naman.
Yeah, Belden?
Yeah, the announcer type, the time you read it as an announcer, that's very, very good. But when you shifted to being an employee at Apple, if that's what you wanted to show, the first few lines you got the part, but nearing the end, I think you shifted a bit more to the announcer role again.
Yeah, because it's already selling it. Actually, it's difficult, personally, for me, to be recording like this. To be quite honest. I need a stand. I need both my hands to be working. This is not good for me because I'm a, the truth is.
I'm gonna bring up the stand.
Yeah, that's possible. The truth is, I stay for my head when I'm recording stays where it is, but everything else sort of moves for me. So this is a limiting factor, and my hand, because when my hand's moving, I'm like, my eyes are all like. So my middle-aged eye.
Excuses.
Isn't that great though? To have them? So there. Yeah.
Actually, probably for 80% of the work that I've heard here in the Philippines, that was fine. However, if you allow me to pick the fly shit out of the pepper,
Sure, of course.
what I would suggest is two things. Number one, to me, both of them sounded the same, just one was quieter than the other.
Yeah.
Okay? I didn't get the personal person in the second one. Another problem that I felt was that you seem to be talking to children and not to adults. Your delivery tended to sound kind of like, gee, wouldn't it be nice to have an Apple Kids? It had that kind of sound to it. Kind of a little bit sing-songy and a little bit not quite real, you know? It was likable, it was knowledgeable, but it lacked a certain reality that I felt if you were talking to an adult, it could be better. And I'll give you a technique that helps me a lot, especially when I can't get into something that's supposed to sound personal and one-on-one. And this you'll find this, you may be already doing it. Always find a context for what you're doing. Whatever. Now, with me, I don't change the context. I don't say one time I don't picture myself in a bedroom, and another time I picture myself in a hotel lobby, or another time I always picture myself in the same restaurant with the same guy